Alright, this is my Akatsuki Ring tutorial. This is the third tutorial that I have done. The supplies that you need is sandpaper for smoothing out any rough edges on the ring. You need sealer for after you're done making the ring. So if you get caught out in a rainstorm or if you wash your hands with the ring on, the ring will not dissolve since it's made up of air dry clay. The next thing that you need would be air dry clay. You also need a silver paint marker or silver paint, the ring symbol for each ring that you're making. You need black paint with a paintbrush. I'm just using a nail art paintbrush, which comes with black fingernail polish, so that'll work. Corresponding symbol color. Each ring has a different color in the middle, depending on which symbol it has in there. You also need time and patience to do this. This has taken me about a week to figure out how to do this right. A tip for sizing the ring, which is, in my opinion, is the hardest part to do, is I would find a round object or a cylinder. I normally just use a cap to a different, I really don't, yeah, I just use a cap to either a nail polish container or a perfume bottle, but it works, so yay. These are the symbols for each ring. On the left hand is those top 5, and on the right hand are those ones right there. So, this is what the rings look like. The one that I'm making right now is this one right here, for the right middle finger. It's Conan's ring, which is what I'm using for my cosplay that I'm making. These are other things I've made. Here are the supplies I'm using. I use the back of this X-Acto knife for the indent in the middle for where we put the color. This is a ukiyo-e mask that I'm making. It's still a work in progress. Yep. Alright, I'm using this as a base template for forming the ring on. You'll need a piece of clay about this big. At first you want to roll it in a ball and then smash it out a little and make it into a cylinder-ish shape, which I just messed up on. But that's okay, because clay can be remade. Alright, after I got it to a circle about this big, I'll put a hole in the middle and make it a little bit bigger and fit it on to this. And then I start smashing it up against the side so that it would fit onto it pretty snugly. And this is how you start the template. Based off of the picture that I showed you is how I'm going to form the front, which I'm going to aim to make this the front of the ring. But with clay, you never know how it will turn out. And it takes a little bit of time to figure this out. A tip on what I did when I make the ring is I put one side so where it will fit more to the curve of your finger. It makes it look more real, in my opinion. The top of the ring is built up a little more, and it goes off into the back. And you form it. The music that's playing in the background is by Skrillex. It's called Scary Monster Nice Sprite. I like dubstep. Don't judge me. Oh, you can, but it wouldn't matter because I don't know you. And I do have it on repeat because I like my music. If you see that you have excess back here, you can cut it off if you don't want that much excess, which I don't. Also, when you deal with X-Acto knives, don't do what I do, because you'll probably cut yourself unless you're extremely careful. The last one I made it a little bit too bulky in my opinion, so I'm going to try to cut that down on this one. And the clay is actually better this time. This clay is actually something that I made. I got the recipe from YouTube. There's like these two girls who were making it, and they had like all these cats in their kitchen. You should check them out. I don't know their name because it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I want to go see if I can make clay. I don't know my weird notions, but so I have it formed where I want it, somewhat. I can't make anything straight. In the middle of this, right here, you'll want to put press this in and make a slight indent and work the indent out. Make a nice size circle. This is where you'll put the paint in when we're done. And if it comes out a little lopsided, you can always just mess with the clay afterwards. This is a good thing about it, because if you mess up while it's still like pliable, you can fix it whatever way you want. And okay, that's this one. And it'll take a minimum of 24 hours to dry. Some may take up to a week depending on how you made your clay. For me, to make an object that was about this size, it took it a full month to dry, but this one should only dry in about a week, like a day, 24 hours, week at most. Then you get this, which is the one that I made before. I had to repaint this multiple times due to the fact that every time I did the symbol, it started to mess up. Once it's dry, you could get the silver paint marker and paint it, even paint the inside of the circle. When you fit the ring, if it's too loose, you can always add a piece of clay onto it that you form it in there, and then you let it dry in, and you take it out, and you take some nail glue, which I find extremely useful for a little task like this, and you glue it in, and then you take this and you color the insert that you did, like so. And then you take that after you're done, and you take whatever color paint you want. Since I'm doing Conan, I'm using white paint, and I get a paintbrush, which I have right here. And I find sticky notes at times to be really useful for little things like this. If you don't have like a paint palette, you can get a napkin or a sticky note, and you put a little paint on it, and then from there you can paint, and then whatever, and you don't have to worry about wasting paint because you don't have to put that much on there, and you don't have to clean anything up afterwards, which is a very good thing for whenever you're extremely busy doing cosplay. Woohoo! After this stage, I would take this, which is a symbol that I drew out, and black pen, which goes like this, and I place it just so, and then to hold it in place, I'm going to fill this with hot glue, which I don't have my hot glue gun ready, but the hot glue goes over it and makes sure that this is pressed in while the hot glue is hot with a needle, and I'll make it look like it's actually a gem or something, and it protects this. So that's how I'm going to do it. Thanks for watching. Have fun cosplaying, I think, because cosplay is fun. Bye. Okay, just little things to say. If you have any questions on how I made any of this stuff, just comment or like say hey and ask me how I did this. But this should work out very well. Something I worked on, which just went across the room. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Something that I've done recently for my Conan cosplay. I'm planning on going to another convention eventually, maybe. But I'm obsessed with cosplay, so it doesn't matter if I do at all. Is I made a little stud for Conan's lip ring, because I'm not getting my lip pierced like my little sister did, which is completely crazy. The only thing I did was take a magnet and get another magnet. I formed clay around this one and then painted it and then sealed it, and from there I put it in and I have Conan cosplay, in which I did my hair like hers, but it's not blue. I'm going to have to get a wig for that. But that's one thing I'm doing for a cosplay. Another thing is I'm making a wing. Yep. It's completely out of paper. I basically disassembled a fairy's wing that I got for Halloween a couple years ago and did that with it. So, yay. If you want me to do a tutorial on that, which I might do for the other wing and see how it turns out, I will. Just comment.